And then reverse. Oh, hello. That's it. Very good. All right. Would you like to come up here? All righty. And reverse this one. Good. Release that. Give everything a nice loosening wiggle. Take a deep breath. Okay, let's do a few cat and cow stretches. So your head comes forward, your belly is going backwards while you exhale down. As you begin to inhale, lift your breastbone, look up. Exhale down. You just go back and forth between these two at your own pace, matching your motion to your breathing. Good. All righty. So come back to center and let's turn and look over our right shoulder. Come back to center, look over your left shoulder. Neutral again, and let's stir the pot. So we're pretending that our spine is a wooden spoon, the bowl is our pelvis, and around we go. Reverse it. All righty, good. Come back to center. Let's send our arms straight out from our shoulders, left and right. Bend your elbows so your palms are facing forward. Let one palm come down and then the other one. The challenge in this motion is to keep your elbows up at shoulder level. If you want, you can have both hands in motion at the same time, but it's not necessary. Your key here is keeping your eye on your elbows. Good. Release that. Let that go. Take a breath. Okay, so let's pick a few apples. Reach up tall, grab it. Reach up on the other side and grab it. Go back and forth. Each time you're reaching up as tall as you can be, reaching as far as you possibly can. Good. Release that, let that go. We're going to do the pushing and the pulling. So make your hands into little hooks. Put your hooks together and pull. If you don't like this for some reason, take your opposite wrist and do the same thing. Good. Release that. So now the pushing position is prayer position, or you can put your knuckles together, whichever works for you, and push. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Release that one. We're going back to the pulling position and pull. We're strengthening our upper body. Good. Release that. Last time, the pushing position and push. Lovely. Release that. Let that go with a little wiggle. Take a deep breath. Good. Let's do the neck sequence. So we're going to start working on the very, very top of our vertebra. Use your nose as a pointer. Sit up nice and straight and tall. And you draw a figure 8 laying on its side. Stop and go backwards. Good. Come back to center. Check in with your posture. Make sure your abs are still firm, your breastbone is still lifted, and allow your chin to approach your breastbone, but don't let your breastbone sink. Keep it up. When your chin goes as low as it's going to go, just pause and let it be. Don't try to force anything. Breathe encouragement into the muscles across your upper shoulders and wait. As the muscles of your shoulders begin to open, your chin will go a little bit lower all by itself. When you're ready, roll your right ear to the right. So your right ear is looking at your right shoulder and you're looking at the wall. Breathe. Notice the left side of your neck is beginning to open. And just wait. And then slowly nod a little yes. These are very gentle movements. We do not want to jerk our heads around. When you're ready, roll your chin to the middle and over to the left. Now your left ear is looking at your left shoulder. You're still sitting upright with your breastbone lifted, and you're still looking at the wall. Breathing. And when you're ready, nod a slow yes. If you wish, you can bring your chin to the middle and over to the right, back to the middle and over to the left in a slow and gentle arc, allowing the vertebra of your neck to open and close the discs, squeezing them and opening them. So we're rehydrating the discs of your neck. When you've had enough, come back to center and raise your head. Good. Give everything a little wiggle. Take a deep breath. It's time for the seated spinal twist. So if you're sitting in a chair, don't do anything with your lower legs. You're still hip width apart with your feet on the floor. Now, everybody else stretch your legs out. It's right leg over left, left arm to right knee. Everybody sit up straight, pivot to your right. Use your hands as necessary on the floor or your chair to help you get a vertical spine, firm abs, a lifted breastbone while breathing. As we sit here, we're warming up the muscles of your back, letting them know that what they should expect. So now we're going to twist back a little bit deeper. And release it. Come back to center, give everything a wiggle. If you're on the floor, it's left leg over right, right arm to left knee. Everybody sit up straight, pivot to your left. Again, firm abs are supporting your viscera and your spine. Your breastbone is lifted. And here we are, admiring the new art on the walls. When you're ready, twist back a little bit deeper. And release it. Come back to center, give everything a little wiggle. Take a deep breath. Good. Because now we're going to do the frog, our first serious hip opener of the day. If you're sitting in a chair, move your butt forward so that you can separate your knees wide apart and rest your hands on your knees. If you're going to do this from a standing position, make sure both feet are on the mat at all times. Separate them wide apart. Now, lean forward, keeping your head and chest up. This gives us a nice flat back. And you simply lean forward until your hips say, wait a minute, I don't want to go there. At that point, you stop. You breathe encouragement into those big hip joints. If you can comfortably get your palms down onto the floor, go ahead and do that and release your head and neck. If this is not possible, simply keep your hands on your knees, which is the safest place to be. Keep breathing. Feel those hip joints as they release tension and stress. Now, of course, you can stay as long as you like, but if you're ready to come out of it, simply pick up your head and chest first and slowly return to vertical. When you're done, stand up. Give everything a nice loosening. Take a deep breath. Ah, very good. All righty. So let's see. I guess Tadasana is up on the next. So once again, we want to keep our feet hip width apart, looking like the number 11. To find out what hip width means for your body, put your two little fists together, put them on the floor between the ball mounds of your feet. That is hip width. Good. Now, of course, if your balance is a little wider, stance is smart. Let's slide a little left and right. A gentle palm in a breeze. Good. Come back to center. Pull yourself up through your legs. If you want, you can pull your tummy in as you tuck your pelvis. Lift your breastbone. Ask your shoulders to go back and down. And lift the back of your head. This is Tadasana. The only place where gravity can access us is through our feet. Take a deep breath. Fill your lungs to maximum capacity. Good. Let's bring our arms out. Interlace your fingers and notice which finger is on top. Reverse. Stretch. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace and lift into chest expansion. Feel the stretch across your pectoral muscles. Breathe into it. Good. Release that. Bring your arms out again. And this time when you interlace, make sure the other finger is on top. Reverse, stretch. Bring your hands behind your back and lift. Breathe into that. Good. Release your arms, release your legs. Take a deep breath. Okay, so we did Warrior 1 last time, so it's going to be Warrior 2 today. So for your safety, put your chair right there so that you can put your hands on it whenever you need it. We're going to separate our feet wide apart, keep both feet on the mat. Rotate your left foot to the left, 90 degrees. Bend your knee over your left ankle. All right, now, if you put your hands on your hips, you'll notice that they're pointing off neither in the first direction nor that direction. So we want to bring it back to our original position without dragging our left knee away from our left ankle. When you get there, bring your arms left and right out of your shoulders, turn your head to the left, and look out over your left arm with a steely gaze. You are shooting energy out through both arms and your eyes. Breathe into it. Now roll your shoulders down from your ears, any amount. Even if it's half an eyelash, that's sufficient. Breathe into it. When you're ready to come out of it, simply lower your arms, step onto your left foot, shake out your legs, give your shoulders a wiggle, take a breath. Good. So obviously we're going to do the other side. So once again, separate your feet comfortably wide apart. Take your right foot, rotate your right foot to the right, 90 degrees. Bend your right knee over your right ankle. Now put your hands on your hips and bring your hips back to the starting point. Let your arms come left and right out of your shoulders as usual. Turn your head to the right so you can look out over your right arm, sending energy out through your arms, rolling your shoulders down from your ears, and breathing. When you're ready to come out of it, simply lower your arms, step onto your right foot, give everything a loosening up, take a breath. Okay, let's do our inversion. So we're going to put our feet back into Tadasana, and we're going to go down with a flat back, which is less stressful for your back. So inhale up, exhale down, and then relax your back and just hang. Breathe into all the muscles that are stretching up and down the back of your legs. Check in with your neck. If you're looking at your feet, you probably need to relax your neck. Now twist to the right. Take hold of whatever part of your anatomy you find over there. It might be toes, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, whatever. Just take hold of it. Keep breathing. Then come back to center and twist to the left. Take hold of whatever part of your body you find over there and keep breathing. When you're ready, come back to center, put your hands on your thighs, come up to a flat back, and stand up. Give everything a little wiggle. Be the scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. Okay, take a breath. All righty, so let's do the tree. The classic balance pose that identifies yoga quite nicely. So if you're going to use your chair, make sure all 4 feet are on the mat or 2 of the legs are against the wall. Now, we want your chair to be on your left because we're going to stand on your left leg first. So first order of business is to find your drishti. It's a little spot either on the carpet or on the wall that you can stare at that will not move. Turn your right foot out 90 degrees. You can leave your toe on the floor. You can put it against your ankle, your calf, your knee. You can bring it right up into your groin. Wherever you want to park it is entirely your affair. Find your balance. When you find your balance, you're going to use one of 5 arm positions: hips, prayer, goddess, yoga mudra, or palms facing. Stay as long as you like. If you're ready to come out of it, bring your arms down, foot down, shake out your standing leg. Take a breath. Good. All righty. So reorganize yourself so that your chair is on the right. We're going to be standing on your right leg. Relocate your drishti or find a new one. Turn your left leg out 90 degrees and park it where you want it. Find your balance and then determine which arm position you're going to use. If your arms get tired, you can reduce them to a lower position. When you're done, bring your arms down, foot down, shake out your standing leg, give everything a wiggle, take a breath. Oh, righty. So we're going to do the entire eagle today. We're going to sit on the front edge of our chair, cross your right leg over your left leg, and see if you can sneak your right toes around behind your left leg. Not everybody can do this. If you can't, don't lose sleep. Okay. Swing your arms a bit. Now, one elbow goes under the other one. Wrap your lower arms around each other until the palms come together. If your palms don't come together, rest your hands on your shoulders. Good. Now, breathe into your shoulders. When you're ready, raise your elbows. Keep breathing encouragement into your shoulders. Feel them as they begin to stretch. We hold an enormous amount of tension in our shoulders. This is one of the few exercises you can do that will help release it. You can push your hands away from your face. And when you're ready, lower your arms, unwrap your legs. Take a breath. Good. Left leg over, right. See if you can sneak those toes around behind that leg. Good. Now, it's the other elbow on top. Breathe into your shoulders. And when you're ready, raise your elbows. Notice how that small change makes a big difference in the way your shoulders feel. And then push your hands away from your face. And when you're ready to come out of it, lower your elbows, let them swing, unwrap your legs, take a breath. Oh, that's so nice. All righty. So stick one leg out, point and flex. Make a circle without moving your leg. Reverse it. You get extra brownie points if you are firmed up your abs to do this. Relax that leg. Stick out the other leg. Point and flex. I should model good behavior, shouldn't I? Rotate that foot. And go backwards. Good. Release that to the floor. Take a deep breath. Ah, very good. All righty. So we're going to do another little balance move today. We want to put our furniture aside. We're going to walk from one end of our mat to the other, doing the heel and toe technique. You should never use this for traveling from one point to the other. This is just for balance. So make sure your toe touches your heel each time you do this. Use your arms wherever they're necessary to help you. And when you get to the end of your mat, you have a choice. You can either turn around and go back, or you can do the whole thing backwards. It's up to you. Good. All right, let that go. All righty, so let's see. Let's do the grand central wave. So cock one knee, cock the other knee, go back and forth. If you do this right, you get a little hip switch going. Now you can bring up one arm and you can wave all the way across grand central. Keep your hip switch going, that's it. Now let the other arm take over the wave. Problem here is we have a very nearsighted friend. So we're going to have to get both arms into the action to get her attention. Good. Bring everything down, shake out your legs, take a deep breath. Ah, good. Well, we have finished the first half hour of the group, so we're about to get down on the floor. For all of those of you who are not going to join us on the floor, I wish you a most excellent weekend. It's going to be an astonishing 54 degrees in mid-January, so enjoy. Namaste. Thank you. All righty, so let's get down on the floor in good old tabletop position. Fan your hands out as broadly as they will go. And let's do head and hips to the right, neutral, head and hips to the left, neutral, back to the right, neutral, and the left. Good. Now pick up your right bent knee to the right to hip high and down. Left bent knee to the left and down. Right knee and down. Left knee and down. Good. Now let's curl our toes under, lift your butt up, relax your neck, and push your shoulders back, 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 as close to your knees as you can get them. And breathe. This is downward facing dog. Make sure your elbows and knees are straight. Make sure there's roughly 3 feet or more between your feet and your hands. And you should only be looking at your feet. If you can see your hands, relax your neck. Stay as long as you like. When you're finished, touch your knees down, big toes together, knees an inch or two apart, forehead on the floor. Now, this does not work for everybody. They do not find this to be a restful position. If you are one of those folks, roll over onto your back and pull your knees up onto your chest, because this should be a perfect position for letting go. So if you're feeling uncomfortable, this is not a good position for you. Most people feel better on their backs. When you get here, close your eyes and take a couple of nice deep breaths and let go. One of yoga's important lessons is how to let go after working. It's not something that Westerners are very good at. All righty, let's come up. We're going into a lunge. So bring your left foot forward between your hands. At this point, you can shove your right knee backwards or creep your left toes forwards until you can feel a nice little groin stretch going. And you can bounce a little bit to help you feel that groin stretch. When you're ready, bring your left elbow up to your left knee. Bring your right hand up. Find your balance, look up, and then choose one of the 5 arm positions, prayer, goddess, et cetera, while you're looking up. And bring your arms down to your knee and then down to the floor and begin to move your pelvis backwards. Your left knee straightens, your left toes come up off the floor, and you're bowing over your left knee. You should feel a big hamstring stretch in your left leg. If you want more stretch, lower your head. If you want less, raise your chest. Breathe into the stretch. When you're ready to come out of it, begin to move your pelvis forwards, your knee flexes, your foot comes to the floor. Take your left hand, put it on the right side of your left foot. Put your foot behind you. Bring your right foot forward in between your hands. Move your left knee back or your right toes forward till you can feel a little bit of a groin stretch. And you can bounce it a little bit to feel it. Good. Now, your right elbow comes up. Your left hand comes up. Look up. And breathe. When you're ready, bring your hands to your knee, to the floor, and start slowly moving your pelvis backwards. Your right knee is straightening, your right toes lift as you bow over your right knee. Breathe into it. When you're ready, begin to move your Pelvis forward, your right knee bends, your right toes come to the mat. Pick up your right hand, move it to the left side of your right foot. Bring your knee behind you and lay down on your back. Pull your knees up onto your chest. Give them a hug. Close your eyes. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Let all of that work and effort go. And feel how your pelvis feels. We did some nice stretching through the pelvis region. So there are certain parts of your pelvis that should be feeling pretty stimulated right now. Move your hands to the mat and draw a circle on the ceiling with your knees together. Reverse it. Then put your left foot on the floor. Interlace your hands either in front of or behind your right knee. Stretch your left leg out straight. Pull your right knee to your chest on the exhale. Let it rebound on the inhale. And then just go back and forth as you breathe. Now bring your left knee up and transfer your hands to your left knee. Put your right foot on the floor. Let your right leg stretch out and continue. Good. Release your knees so that your foot can get on the floor. Roll to one side. Come up to a seated position and put your feet flat on the floor in front of you. Okay, so let's stretch our arms left and right out of our shoulders. Turn your right palm up and look at it. And then turn the other one up, look at that one, and go back and forth. Meanwhile, pulling your abs in to support you. Bring your arms back to your knees. Lean forward, let your abs slacken. Take a breath. Good. All right, tighten up everything. Roll backwards. Take your hands off your knees. Look down at your abs, and if they're popping up the way most of them do, pull them in and breathe. Good. Lean forward, relax your abs, take a breath. Learning how to rest is so important. Okay, next up, pull everything nice and firm, roll backwards, take your hands off, and lift your legs. Put your feet down, lean forward, let everything relax. Now, obviously, I'm about to do the crunches. For those of you who don't want to do the crunches, you can do any of the things that we just did, or you can do something completely different. It's up to you. When you have finished whatever it is that you've been doing, lean forward, let everything go slack, take a breath. And now we get our reward. We're going to lay down and stretch. Stretch your fingers as far from their toes as you can get. Relax that just the right side. Release that just the left. Back to the right. And the left. When you're done with that, straighten out your clothes, make sure everybody's happy. Take a deep breath. Bring your right foot up, put your right hand in your right instep. Bring your left foot up, put your left hand in your left instep. Now, put your feet on the ceiling so that you're pulling your knees into your armpits. This is happy baby. Now, you don't have to stay still. If you want, you can move your feet around to see which configuration makes the biggest difference in your hips. This is an outstanding hip opener. When you've had enough of this, release your feet to the floor. Now, extend your arms left and right out of your shoulders in the T position. Stretch out your left leg. Pick up your right knee, roll it across your body to the left. Keep your right shoulder on the floor and roll your head to the right. This is the knee down twist. If you find it useful to take your right arm in an arc to touch your left palm twice, go ahead and do that. If you find it useful to put your left hand on your right knee, go ahead and do that. And then close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let gravity run the show. There's nothing you need to do except allow gravity to bring you closer and closer to the floor. Breathe into it. Notice which parts of your body are stretching. Might be your lower back, might be your right pecs, whatever. It's just something worth noticing. Now you can stay longer if you wish, but if you're ready to come out of it, make sure both hands are on the floor, roll your head to center, and then roll onto your back. Get yourself back into good alignment. Straighten out any bumps or wrinkles under your clothes. Stretch your right leg out flat. Pick up your left bent knee, roll it across your body to the right. Keep your left shoulder on the floor, roll your head to the left. And if you want, take your left palm to touch your right palm twice before you settle into the posture. And again, if you like, you can put your right hand on your left knee to encourage it towards the floor. Close your eyes and breathe slowly and deeply as you allow gravity to be in charge. There are some times when we fight gravity, and by working against it, we can grow stronger. But then there are other times when we allow gravity to have the upper hand, and it can help us to stretch and relax and let go of tension. And again, it's worth noticing which parts of you are responding to this posture most dramatically. Now you can stay longer if you like, but if you're ready to come out of it, make sure both hands are on the floor, roll your head to center, roll onto your back. Get yourself back into good alignment and pull your knees up onto your chest, give them a hug. Check in with your back. How is it feeling right now? Because now it's time for deep relaxation. So if you have blankets, pillows, cushions, socks, sweaters, anything you need to stay warm and comfortable, now is the time to put it on so that you can arrange yourself on the floor in the world's most comfortable position. When you arrive in your comfortable position, make sure your eyes are closed. Take a couple of nice deep breaths and let everything go. There's nothing you need to accomplish. We have finished the stretching and exercising part of our hour together. And now the focus is on letting go. This is a good opportunity for us to compare the way that we felt and the opening moments of the group to the way we feel now. Which parts of you are feeling greatly stimulated by increased blood flow? Which parts of you are feeling tired? Which parts of you are feeling energized? Have you discovered any new aches or pains? Have you discovered a pain that went away or was greatly diminished? You don't need to do anything about any of these discoveries. Just notice. One of the major goals of yoga is to unify mind, body, and spirit. And in Western culture, we are often encouraged to ignore different signals from our bodies. This hour is our opportunity to reintegrate. And now it's time to wiggle your fingers and toes, make any loosening motions which might feel good. Before we roll to one side, come up to a seated position, put our hands together in prayer position, close our eyes, lower our heads, and give thanks for this day. And raising our heads and opening our eyes, we can say, Namaste, 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 or Namaste, whichever one makes you happy. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back here Monday morning, God willing. You're welcome.